So hopefully this is picking me up okay. Um, I'm at one of my favorite spots, which is a lovely brook, and I won't say where it is, but I really like it here. So I'm using my mic again, so hopefully this is working. Um, haven't used it for a while, and I just thought it would be necessary with the external noises such as the stream behind me. When I see a stream like this, I just think I'd love to harness that energy for a water turbine. I've been researching water turbines recently, and I really do think that kind of alternative energy, DIY, personal, is the way to go. The way for the future. Yeah, just want to talk about, we say, you know, this is going to get a little bit difficult at points in the future because, you know, like people will be angry and say if you walk into a shop without a mask, you will have people like who have to wear masks for 12 hours a day being resentful when they see a person without a mask. So that person may not be magnanimous enough or large enough of spirit to understand or support that person who is not wearing the mask. You understand? So instead, they will go on their lower feelings. They'll go on their more baser anger, which is expressed as resentment. So things will get difficult, a lot more difficult, before it gets better. But we must always hold hope and never give in to despair, because, you know, if you believe in religion, if you believe in, we say, if you're a Christian, you believe that despair is a sin in the Bible. And I think that is a good law to have, because it basically, imagine having to adhere to a law, a moral code, that its edict is by a God that you believe in, or the God, or God, that you believe that God commands you not to feel despair, that you must do everything in your power not to despair. Isn't that incredible? That pushes us to be better in ourselves, better human beings, better amongst each other. You know, I just think that's an incredible thing. You know, as I said, I'm exploring that side of Christianity, and there's a lot of good stuff in there. You know, I'm not like, I don't consider myself anything like a fanatic or a born again Christian or any of those things. And my hat's off to those people. I really do think they are exemplary, because the more I understand these laws and understand these moral laws and God's law, I understand that there is a reason behind them, and because of that, there would be none of this. There would be no CV19 narrative if we had to abide by such a moral law. So there is a logistical and rational and technical reason why I'm exploring Christianity during this time. So, but that is a good thing. So, but I also want to talk about, we say, yeah, I just want people who don't believe that and are not willing to give themselves over to religion or religious ideas or anything like that, yet or ever. I just say, you know, don't give in to despair either, because it will drag you down. It will take you nowhere. It will take you to darker places, and it is on you. It is on you not to go there. You must stop it before it accelerates. That is your responsibility. You know, that's where you call upon strength, resources, and come to little places like this, where you just think and breathe and just take joy and pleasure in the smaller things you see around you. You know, one of the things I've gotten into in recent times also is foraging. I've gotten into trying to understand what plants are around me for food, which is fantastic. You know, here you have like false nettles, what they call they're called something else. There is nettles here, which is fantastic. If you see there's nettles are full of nutrition, absolutely one of the most nutritious plants you could eat. So there's never a lack of food. Always remember that. It's all around us. The reason we don't eat this wilder food is that the strains don't taste that good to us. But that's okay. But there is food there, which is very high in nutrition. And so we should never go hungry. We have no need to go hungry. The food is provided everywhere. Also, I want you to look up a plant called fireweed, which is much more visible during spring and summer and late summer. But now in we say in winter and autumn, it's a little bit harder to spot because it's died off a bit. But the young plants, it has a lot during summer, has a lot of fluffy heads going up along it. They're very spear-like, tall and spear-like plants, which are kind of pinky purple, and they grow together like a forest. And they're called fireweed because that fluff, the seed, can be used for lighting fires. So, and the young fireweed, if you dig it up, the roots are very rich in carbohydrates, like a potato or something, you know. So the food is everywhere. Food is all around us, all around us, all around us. Know which ones not to eat, but I would recommend starting to study with, say, foraging and wild foods. Look up on Facebook and on other groups online, wild food. So this is what keeps me active and keeps my mind busy while all of this insanity is going on. We know it's insanity. We know, you know, from my previous video that I don't believe that there is a transmissible virus. I believe that what we're dealing with is a resizing, a reshaping, and a dismantling of the economy that has been underpinned by the World Bank for the last how many decades, you know? And that system, the banking system. So, all right, I just wanted to check in and share a little bit of this with you. I'm just going to let you listen to the water for a little bit and enjoy it. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, another thing I want to tell you. Right at the bottom of this hill where this brook flows down, I've been wondering, is this water drinkable? You know? I was thinking of getting it tested in a local laboratory. And would you believe it? Somebody put a tap, like one of those old-fashioned kind of like fountains down at the end of the hill. And so, obviously, well, I won't say obviously, I can't say that, but somebody has deemed that it is drinkable, and that they put a tap with pumps, with a pump coming from underneath it into this water source. So isn't that fantastic? That's like fresh water, and hopefully it is drinkable. But it's a source of water. I would love to get it tested, and I may do. But the fact that people would go to the trouble of putting it like an official fountain that you press down, the water spouts out down at the bottom. I mean, you know, obviously, well, I can't say obviously because I don't know, but it's like the virus. We don't know. There's no evidence, so I have no evidence that it's drinkable. But there is somebody put a fountain down at the end of the hill. It's magnificent. All right. Have a good evening.